So I'm continuing off of where I left off for the Altec speaker. Alright, so I'm looking here and I think what I want to do is okay, 1 second. So basically the strategy that I'm thinking is so this thing needs to have for example, this area needs to have a bevel. So currently it's just one single line, right? It goes in and in like that, right? So let me just so this is what's happening, what I have on the model, and in return what needs to be done is I'll use white, not white, green. Yeah, I need to do a bevel off of this line. I need to do a bevel, so it's gonna when I end up doing the bevel, it should end up doing this and this, like that. And when I do the bevel, I'll probably set it to maybe 3 segments or 2. So this will probably be 2. So it'll end up like that, and it'll end up like that. Maybe 3. Probably end up being 3. So, and then probably 1, 2, 3, right? And then that bevel will come across down here and here, like that. And over here I'll probably do the same thing. And the sizes are probably going to be the same, right? Same thing here, right? God, this is ugly. So I'm going to do the bevels. After the bevels, that's when I'm going to go in and make edge loops that cut across like that and cut across like that, and those edge loops, they will continue like that. Ignore this part for now, but so doing an edge loop, and then I'll probably do an edge loop here and here, right? And that same edge loops will come across like that, and those same edge loops will also cut across like that. So these have to be continuous. They have to be continuous. It has to do with modeling and technique and blah blah blah, all that stuff, but basically it has to be continuous. There are reasons why, which I'll try to explain as a model. And then from there, the reason why I added these edge loops that goes across and they continue is that it'll be able to make this cross section here. And from there, I'm going to extrude this in. So this part gets extruded afterwards. This part extruded in. That's what the plan is. And including this part here will also get extruded in, based off of these edge loops that are being made. Right, so I got the bevels first, then the edge loops, right? The edge loops, these are the edge loops. And then after the edge loops that come down is, like I mentioned, the extrusion inward, extruding inward. Extruding inward, right? So we're extruding inward, extruding inward, right? So, and these guys were here, those would be probably booleans, and that one, yeah. Main thing is maintaining the edge loops following through all the way across and around. Because when you press 3, right, the 3 key, and when it smooshes in, right, having these edge loops will hold the shape together from blowing up. Anyway, and making the edge, making these bevels, the reason why you want the bevels first, right? Bevels, oh god, first, is because bevels first, and then edge loops after. Is that if I added these edge loops, right, first, that would make my ability to have the bevels tighter, meaning that I won't get as much of a broad bevel if I have these first. Because I should show it. Okay, so that's the plan. Bevels first, and then color. God damn it. Bevels first. Edge loops second. Edge loop second. Bevels first. Okay, so I'm in here, right? And I'm gonna grab this. So just to review, here are my parts, right? All individual parts, right? And this part is separated. This part is not separated. Anyway, so I paused the video for a bit, right? So I'm gonna begin. Alright, so one moment. I noticed that I have my symmetry on. I'm just gonna turn it off for now because I just want the situation to be simplified. Sometimes having multiple tools running and stuff can cause a headache. So like I said, I'm gonna grab this, and I'm also gonna grab this, and grab that, hold shift, so I can select that as well. And then I'm thinking, because with modeling, it's like a puzzle that you have to think a couple steps ahead. So like I mentioned, this part, which is great, but then see, but now you gotta think about this part. I think this also bevels. Yeah, it does bevel, so it has to continue the beveling. The bevel has to continue. The bevel has to continue. Yeah, the bevel has to continue downward like that. Into the mesh. Basically into the mesh. Right here. This is a point of contention. Alright. Let's see if we can do that. The reason why you have to kind of pre-plan is that it's to try to avoid problems. It's not modeling sometimes, it's just a lot of headaches sometimes. So from here, let's go into edge mode. I have multiple objects selected, right? Press 4 and you can see here. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I'm gonna go click on this, select by component type, and right now all of it is in components, right? Because remember they're different shells, but I need to make it in edge mode. Right click on top of the model, edge mode. I'm gonna double click. Here comes the problems. Right. And then I also have to select this guy, but when I double click, it only went up to here because this is one shell. Remember? Now this is another shell. So I'm gonna hold shift, double click. Okay. Then you have this shell. You know what? Let me just try it out first. Shift right click, bevel edge. Okay. See, this is what I mean by modeling. Goddamn modeling. Okay, so let's see what happened. Okay, so I undid it. Control Z. Now I'm gonna try it again. Alright, so this. Why are you doing this? Why are the measurements off? It shouldn't be off, but it's off. Alright, so I'm gonna undo. I'm going to object mode. I'm only gonna select this and this. I'm gonna leave this guy alone. This and this. And I'm gonna go click on this, select that. And then I'm in edge mode. I'm gonna select double click, shift right click, bevel. Oh god, why? Undo. I did an undo. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna maybe just work on this. Right click edge mode. I did not click on that. I just right click edge mode just for this shell. Double click. Right. Shift right click, bevel edge. Okay. So it did that. Alright, so let me just hold control, left click and slide. Right. Maybe segments to 3, maybe 4 segments. Right. So you can see where I'm going with this. Maybe 5 segments. I just press 3 for a moment. Alright, 5 segments. And I'm going to right click object mode. So fraction at 0.23 and segments at 5. Well, object mode. Now I'm going to select him. Hopefully this will work. I got that. I'm going to double click it. So I selected this shell. Right, it goes all the way to here. So I double clicked it. Let's try it out. Shift right click, bevel edge, please work. 0.23, please work. And then segments to 5. Oh god, why is it fraction? Maybe crank it. Okay, so fraction 0.25. Alright, now it works. Let me zoom in. Just slightly off right there. This little micro off looks minor, but it's a 0.24, 0.245, 0.25, maybe 0.251. Would it even register? Oh. See, this shouldn't be happening. This shouldn't be an issue, but it is. Okay, so right here. I mean, I could have it if I have it cropped in, right? Because I have to worry about this this seam line right here. This seam line. I mean, if they're different shells. Okay, so if I grab that, right, double click, I double clicked it, I press 4, I don't like it went across like that, so I hold control, I'm doing this to deselect that area. Let me just, from here, shift right click, bevel edge, yeah, it doesn't do jack. Okay. Alright, this is bad. Undo, I'm gonna undo. Undo. I guess it's still good to show this, you know, that can be problems and what to do about it, thought process. So, looks like it's gonna give me a headache. What I'll do is, I don't want to do this, but I'll grab this and this. Maybe that's the reason why. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna grab freaking all of it. I'm gonna grab all of this on this side only. Right? And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to probably combine it. I don't want to combine it, but I'll select all of it. I'm in object mode, mesh, combine. And made all this other crap, which will wiped out this other side, which is okay. Right? I'm used to it. And channel box, and here's a poly unite. The history. What I'm gonna do is, that's reference images. All this other stuff, I'm just gonna crack it open, and then I'm gonna grab all of that. I'm gonna delete history, which is this guy right here. Delete by type history. Poly modeling shelf, right over here. It is also here. Edit, delete by type history. Okay, and then now I can select. I just call these garbage stuff, like they're transform nodes, but they're just literally garbage. But I had to delete history, and then after that I can go press backspace, wipe it out. And since I combined it all back again, so I did not anticipate that issue happening. So I recombined it. I'm gonna go into vertex mode, right? Right click and hold in vertex mode. I'm gonna grab all of it. I have my vertex count showing. Shift right click, merge vertices. Again, I will hover over it. Still hold it like that, right? Shift right click, and then merge vertices, option box. Make sure it's set to 0.001, then apply. So I dropped down to 71. Before it was 100, now it's 71, so it's united. If I grab here, it's one mesh. I really didn't want to do that, but whatever. Now, if I go in, double click, right, edge mode, double click, right, and then if I go double click, so I got all of that. Press Q to hide my gizmo. Here, shift double click, so I grab my main edges, okay, going down, and I'm going to shift right click, let's do a bevel, This time it should work because they're united, combined, and I merged the vertices. Now it works. Jeez. Alright. 4, 4. Right? My strategy is, what I'm thinking is, if say for whatever reason, I'm not gonna do a poly smooth, which is pressing 3. Remember I talk about smooshing it in, right? Smooth, basically this. If I have it at 4 bevels, segmented at 4, right? And basically here I'm at level 1, okay? And as is, this is pretty nice. And if I have to just leave it at level 1, it'll still be good, acceptable. But then if I press 3, right, it looks better. But then now I have this, which is basically I have to go in there and do something called supporting edge loops and reconnecting the open-ended faces, right? So basically having this many bevels, not bevels, but segmentation, I can have kind of sort of like best of both worlds, leaving at level 1 or leaving at, or option to have it at level 3, the smooth preview, right? That's the reason why I put my bevels at 4 segments. Just trying to explain. Press Alt 5, wireframe unshaded. Alright, so I'm just checking out some things, making sure that it's one mesh. Okay. This looks acceptable. I'm gonna go in, shift and hold right mouse button, edge mode. I want to select this edge, right? Because I'm looking here. Okay, so I'm looking here, like this guy. All right. So this, and looking here. Right, and then double click. Okay, what happens if I double click that and bevel edge? Okay, fraction. I'm holding control, I'm sliding. Okay, so this is before, this is after, like that. Okay, so you see that part? That's probably this part right here. If I erase it, right? Probably, that's probably this here, this small tiny area. See this little notch? That part, and cuts down like that. Right, I'll worry about this main one afterwards. So that's what I just made right now. Something like that. Segment, set it to 2 segments. Yeah. Okay. Maybe 3. Alt 5, turn off. There you go. So I lost my floating menu, so I'm gonna click on this. I'm in object mode, brings it back. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit. Yeah, there you go. So that again is fraction is at 0.11, segments at 3, right? Four. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you know what? Let's have a fraction at 0.1. Fraction at 0.1, segments at 4. Something along that area. Okay. Alright, so we did that. That's 26 minutes. Alright, next. One moment. What I want to do before I leave is these guys, right here. This is what I want to make. We're gonna ignore this stuff, this back or whatever that is. So that's what I'm gonna make. Alright, so that's 26 minutes. We'll fix this up and on a good note. I press 4. I'm in edge mode. Alright, just making sure what I have. And from there I'm gonna just this guy only. Okay. Shift right click, bevel edge. Right, so it's too much. I wanna just hold control, left click on that, on the fraction yellow. 0.4, right? Yours may or may not be pretty similar, depending. But just look at the spacing that I made. Segments, put 4. Okay, see, very nice. Then I'll go here, edge mode again. I only want this, right? Because if I try to double click, it won't let me. That's because these are open-ended. You see how they're open? Over here is a open-sided face, meaning multiple segmentations. That's the reason why I cannot do a complete edge loop selection. I'm going to spacebar. I'm going to be in my side view. I'm in edge mode. Okay, I repeat, edge mode. And I'm gonna just left click out here, drag up to this much. I selected all of that. Then I'm gonna hold control because I don't want these right here. You see these guys? I don't want those. So I'm gonna hold control. See my cursor turns to a minus sign. I'm gonna left click and drag while I'm holding control. That will deselect it. Okay? But I do not want to select this. I do not want to select these. I'm gonna hold control. I'm gonna marquee drag while holding control. And it deselects that. So I only wanted that. Shift right click, bevel edge is too much. Dial it down. Maybe 0.05. And then maybe segment set to 4. Right? Segments like that. .15. Fraction set it to 0.15. Segments set it to 4. Click outside. Right click object mode. Click it. Okay, good. I like that. Yeah. And if I look here, this is the rear, see? Like that. That's what we just made. That's what we just made right now. These guys. See? Alright, so that's 30 minutes. I'll leave it like that. Alright. So we had to overcome some hurdles, but it was necessary. Yeah. Later on I had to reconnect these to clean it up. But that's after. Alright, so I'm gonna stop the video. Okay, bye.